A very warm welcome to all our viewers there. A very good afternoon, Dr. Jyoti Tripathi. Welcome to IIMT Open House. Here we invite experts, members from academia, students, entrepreneurs to share their experience to students of our institute and also to students around the globe. Let me now take the privilege to introduce Dr. Jyoti Tripathi formally to all our viewers and our audience around the globe. Dr. Jyoti Tripathi is an assistant professor at Government College, Rishabdev, Udaipur, Rajasthan. She is having specialization in communication skill and committed to better facilitate student learning in the areas of language and literature. She has been awarded with PhD from Mohanlal Sukhadiya University, Udaipur, Rajasthan. Dr. Jyoti has a vast academic experience of 13 years of teaching explicitly to students ranging from engineering to management programs of Rajasthan Technical University and Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, Delhi. She has published research papers in the journals of Indraprasth University, along with that of various national and international repute journals. She had went out. She had been a resource person for FDPs and webinars on the theme of personality development. She has also been a gold medalist for her excellent contribution in cultural activities and associated with the Foundation for Study of Literature and Environment, India, as an executive council member. As today we have Dr. Tripathi with us, and let me take the privilege of it and nurture all our minds with moral values and ethics. Well, madam, we, being the citizen of India, from the very childhood days, there's a thought in our mind, there's a thought, you can say, implemented in our mind about spirituality. Spirituality is something which is there in our blood. We as a common man, we know spirituality is related to devotions and prayers. May I please take this privilege to ask you, madam, according to you, what really is this word spirituality is about? Madam, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for such nice introduction from your side. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks and gratitude to IIMT, Science and Technology of Bhubaneswar, for taking an initiative to launch such open houses, sessions on various themes like spirituality, communication, and various other things. And this is one of the finest platforms I have found globally for the knowledge sharing. So thank you very much. I feel pleased, honored, and very much delighted to
We are
participate.
really, ma'am, privileged that you have accepted our invitation. I will even say to the audience, madam is very actively accepted our inviting, and it's a great opportunity for all of us.
Thank you, ma'am. And good afternoon, all those who have joined this session. And for addressing the question, that what does it mean by being spiritual? I would say that spirituality refers to understand our identity of being the spiritual being or the soul or the higher faculties and the highest and defined thoughts and feelings. Spirituality, if I say from my own experience and understanding, it is the way which can polish an individual very well. There are people who are succumb to the negative deeds, negative actions in their life because they consider themselves as body. But there are people who are spiritually awakened and enlightened, and they always have the innate qualities and values. So I may say that spirituality is something which cultivates many different values in human beings like purity, peace, love, affection, accommodation. I say uh, openness, absolute openness. There are qualities like honesty, responsibility, the right conduct, morality, ethics. So all these qualities are being inculcated in human beings if they are on the pathway of spirituality. Now, for understanding more, we may say that it generates the moral and ethical intuition, it cultivates the conscience, it also strengthens people to look inward and listen to the very small inner voices in themselves. So that is overall, the concept of spirituality, how I define it. And moving forward with the same, when we say that spirituality, how does it help us, the common human being? It helps us in, to live a life in a better way, a life with respect, serenity, and peace. It also helps us to have the mindfulness in ourselves because people these days are driven, they are deprived, they are much depleted so far as concerned the intellectual and the physical powers. So, if we are on this pathway, then definitely we learn life, we live life in some different. So many people say that spirituality is just following and pursuing something in blindfolded manner. It is not so. Spirituality can be learned, can be understood, tested, verified, and validated. So this is from my side on spirituality.
Well, madam, can I ask you? Means there's a questioner that there are two types of motivation people basically used to prefer out. Some motivations are intrinsic, some are extrinsic. So, if I will speak about spirituality, should it be in the form of an intrinsic manner to a person, or it is extrinsic?
Spirituality, that person asked me, I mean, it is looking inward. It is the way of examination or examining oneself. It
Mhm.
is very much internal.
Okay.
It is not looking at the outer world. So the problem, loss in the outside world, and the stress and diseases, all kind of unhappiness and disharmony is there in the entire world. It is only because people are continuously looking outward. They are
Okay.
not looking inward. And
Right.
spirituality or the spiritual practices are such that they teach us to look inward, to look ourselves, introspect ourselves, examine, and then move forward.
Very, very nicely been explained by madam that spirituality need to be intrinsic. It should be inside a person. But there are some times, or most of the times, we find out that people go out for spirituality in the context of extrinsic. They see the external world doing it and they follow it. And if spirituality is in that manner, certainly it will not sustain longer. So very nicely being nurtured the complete concept of spirituality. Thank you, ma'am. Well, madam, in our today's modern era, or you can say in the technologically driven age, we find out that the moral values and ethics were given less importance than that of other things. Then how do you see that there's a need of universal human value as a part of the teaching and learning process? Because presently we find out UHV, that is universal human values, is being inserted as a part or a syllabus, or you can say as a course curriculum in the complete context. So how is this UHV is needed in this teaching and learning process? Does it going to add some value? Is it going to be an add-on for the students, or it is just for the course curriculum?
It's a very well structured and well asked question, ma'am. They are, but just for understanding the overall matter, we need to first focus on understanding what are universal human values, what is value education, and how combinedly they serve the purpose of education, that is holistic
Right.
education. So, universal human values are the acceptance, respect, listening to others, absolute openness, as I said, affection and love for the other beings. I don't say other human beings, other beings. So there is a much talked about term these days, post-human, but this is not the session for discussing that. Some other session to discuss that. So it is love and affection and respect for the other being. And value education, when we say the subject which makes us or which enables us understand the importance or the value of human happiness in our surroundings. So that's the subject value education. Values are something, I mean, they are the principal force of our life. They are the guiding force. They are very important. And the education, purpose of education, as we know, to turn and convert the empty minds into the open ones. Education is the systematic approach of giving and receiving information, especially at the school and university.
Correct.
Now, when we have already discussed about all these value education and education in value, so we need to understand that we all say that we are educated. I agree, we are, and we have education. But then there is a question: are we really, genuinely, and completely educated? This
Very, very true,
still
ma'am.
remains this still remains a question, and we all are seeking answer of that.
Mhm.
So education molds us. It broadens our horizon. But it is when we have knowledge without using or without having value system in our life, then we may human beings we may behave like devils. So the excessive use or excess of knowledge without having any value system, it's just converting the human being in devils. So, present day situation and the present day education, if you see, that has become skill oriented, completely skill oriented, and those who have particular required certain skill sets, they aspire to get something or to be something. So,
Right.
but we need to understand that fulfilling all the aspirations of our life. First of all, we all aspire to be happy. We all aspire to work for the well-being. We all have the pursuit of happiness.
Mhm.
So, for fulfilling all these aspirations, the complementarity of skill and value education must be there. They both must go hand in hand. So, when we understand the value education, it is setting, identifying the goals in right manner, and producing them in the right manner. But when I talk about skill domain, that is little different. When we try to develop certain techniques to make them happen, make these goals happen in the real life, that is skill domain. So these two domains, are very much required for the successful endeavors of human beings' life. That we have to understand. Now, if we again, more talk about the present day scenarios, and the prime focus of present day education is on uh, science and technology. But here also we have to understand one thing, that science and technology may guide us to understand the means which may drive us towards the valuable things. Science and technology doesn't have any scope, any guarantee to make us understand what is valuable in our life. So for that, we need to understand certain things, that education's purpose is broaden the horizon, which is not so. I may take one example here of small and the large family system. So previously, our ancestors used to have the large family system. They used to adjust with each other very easily. But do we have the similar values now? No.
No.
We have become very much individualistic. Our
Right.
approach is very much exclusive, not inclusive. Our approach has changed from inclusive to exclusive. And then we are facing the troubles. So the irony of the overall present day education system is that one individual is trying hard, studying very much, educating oneself to broaden in a very narrow sphere, to broaden the perspective about his life. So it is very much ironical if we understand.
Mm.
So yes, they need to be capable oriented people. Education's goal is to make or convert people into capable oriented, not only the qualify oriented, because our focus is on the qualification orientation. So the need of the hour, madam, here is one that we need to understand that the skills are important, but values are equally more important. So this is the reason universal human values must be given as a syllabus, course curriculum in all universities.
So, as Madam had explained it to us, that skill and value education should go hand in hand. Then only there would be a right path a student will find it out. But the greatest irony is that in today's world, we find out, or in our today's education system, we find out there's a deficiency in value education. There's education. Certainly, there is a huge education. People are going out for higher studies, they are making them completely educated. But there are points when we ask ourselves the question that am I really educated? Do I have or I have understood the value of education? At that point, there is a complete silence, maybe inside us, maybe outside us. So, can I take this complete session and make Madam to let us understand that, Madam, why we really find out that in today's scenario or in today's education system, there is deficiency in value education. Why basically this thing happens?
Yes, yes. I would say yes. Value education is crucial missing link in present day education system. And this deficiency is or may have proved ourselves very much counterproductive. It has put up the everything at crisis, whether we talk about individuals, the society, or nature, and the overall existence of all the human beings and species. Now, if we go by certain research data, it says that the purpose of education is to stimulate intelligence in one. But education scientists, they have done some research, and the finding of their research says that if an individual goes for the 20 years formal, undergo the process of 20 years formal education, 70% of his intelligence is destroyed. This is very eye-opening research finding we
Certainly,
have.
certainly.
Yes, and when we have such findings, when research is like this puts a big question in our mind.
Mm.
That where we are going, what
Right.
we are doing,
True.
and what we are actually getting in our education. Because purpose of education is to stimulate the knowledge,
Mm.
intelligence. But if that is also not being cultivated in people, then where we are going, what we are lacking, and what actually we are lacking. So yes, but although we means the government has taken good initiatives in this field. NEP, if I talk about the National Education Policy 2020, it guides about the value of equality. Yes, then there are several technical professional institutions like engineering. They have already included the AICTE approved course on universal value.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Delhi University also runs a course now that name is happiness. But
Okay.
still, more has to be achieved.
Mm.
More steps and initiatives have to be taken now, and then we have to understand the importance of this subject for cultivating something extraordinary, something so sustainable of the
Okay.
so yes, and going by the approach of learning by doing, all teachers, I see parents, even stakeholders, everyone has to take the initiative and set certain benchmarks for the students to just say them, to show them, say them value.
Okay. Madam, we have, even if as just a few minutes before you were speaking about this course curriculum of UHV, that is Universal Human Values, been included as per AICTI norms. We have even if included it in our course curriculum. But again, at times, we find out that yes, it is a part of our course curriculum, but still we find out that it is really not implemented. It is really means implementation doesn't mean that completing the syllabus and giving the examination. But when we really find out that there's a huge gap within the students to understand the moral values and ethics, they went out with the for the study purpose, the complete definition, they write it down, but when the point of implementation comes, when the reality or the use of moral values and ethics in their day-to-day life happens, we find out they fail to implement it. Thus, do you really feel, madam, that spirituality, the word spirituality, with just few minutes before you have explained it very well to us, does you really feel that spiritual values may help in bringing UHV? Do you really feel that yes, it is possible that through spirituality, UHV can be imbling?
It's a very apt question for which we have today's session. But just for answering this question now, I need to go back to the memory lane of our study. You and I, we studied morals, ethics, values in our school time and somewhat in college time. But what happens practically, genuinely what happens when children come out of when children come out of their education, the world of work or expectation, these all values that management. And if we see the current day scenario about that, there is a contest, communal disharmony, mountains of economic, not for addictions and patients which are there in the market.
Right.
And so all these things have made the environment much chaotic. People are emotionally deprived, intellectually dull, and spiritually very hard. So here, they what they do, they are very much busy in creating their own self, which I call self-generated struggle. There is no struggle. There is no stress. Everyone talks about stress. I'm very stressful. Even you talk to a young child and he will say, I'm very stressed. There's a lot of stress. Right. But I say there is no stress. There is no struggle. Self-created struggle. And what happens? They are busy in beating and competing with their peers so far as concerned, buying the expensive mobile phone or the modern featured modern featured laptop, shoe, something, and the luxurious car. And for all these things, they are dependent on the EMI system. The EMI system is actually the antidote to all of these things.
Right.
Now, in such chaotic times, present time, it is very much, insufficient for everyone to just sit in the classroom and listen to lectures given to them on the system. Rather, they should be taught about living the spiritual life, or the spiritual way of living must be taught. They must be taught that, what is an aware life? What does it mean by an awakened life? And I mean, they should be taught that they should know that where they are investing in, where they are putting their energies into, and what implications it has.
Right.
So all these things, this is the way they must be, the upbringing of children must be very much society. So, and here, yes, again, I would say that people, parents, I would say, they are very much busy in molding their children very much money-minded. Yes,
That's the
capitalism is
very
not
right
only
thing
in
you
the
are saying,
market.
madam.
capitalism is not only in the market, it is
Mhm.
there in the minds, being stuck in the minds of children by their parents. They never ask them, to think about relationship, health, happiness,
Well, madam, it has
value
been
system.
inculcated in their mind from the childhood
Yes,
about this money mindedness and all. The children's become like that because it has been inculcated in their mind that they need to go out for it.
yes.
So,
They are taught that money is important, your jobs are
certain, certain.
important, you have to crack this examination. But now the need is to teach them about the other values, other important. Now, the value system, human values, they have all these dimensions like thoughts, words, what are the realizations, and overall system of human values taught on levels of family, relationship, society, and nature, and the overall ecosystem. And for these all, for understanding and living them, not only just listening to them in the lecture, living them, spirituality helps really one way can help. I have already taught this subject,
Yeah.
and I have this is my experience that the children, I mean the students, young generation, they are not ready. They are not ready to digest all these about values, morals, ethics. So, and they ask the deeper questions. They ask questions which answers of these questions are only lying in the Bible or our spiritual and the mythological narrative. So, somebody who has the spiritual bent of mind, if that benefits human values, he or she all on this very. So this is the reason I say that spirituality is one thing which may help students for learning universal wisdom values.
That's
And
nicely,
yes, I would
beautifully said.
conclude the answer of this question by saying that those who have spiritual bent of mind, who are centered in their life, those who have spiritual way of living, who have already opted this, they can just survive well, very calmly and peacefully, even in the turbulent times.
The question
Yes,
is that in the context of students, we were speaking about that sometimes it happens, and we have got this questionnaire from the students around the globe. They really want to know at times when they are morally down due to their career perspective, or you can say their career objective. At those times, can spirituality really help them in order to get rid of their stress and their complete issues of this career decisions and all? The spirituality is going to help them out? Is it really possible, ma'am? Can you please guide our students
yes,
that?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I was saying the same that it is the only possible way. Not the possible thing, the only possible way where one can find all the answers regarding their career, life, happiness, all the problems. And I have heard people talking, I mean, I have watched many videos, heard them talking about Srimad Bhagavad Gita, teacher, that whenever they have any kind of problem in their life, this is the only book, the only scripture which answers all the questions. Because this time, as you said, ma'am, that read out, they want to read out their stress, why they are morally down, and yes, they are unable to do so. They are unable to find out the right problem, the right question behind all these things because they are actually living the unaware life. They are part of a life which is not awake, it's unawake. So the whole path, like I may take one example. Suppose you are going to Delhi, and the route which you have taken for going to Delhi is wrong. Where you would be reaching? You would be reaching to the wrong place only, not Delhi, the destination which you decided to do. So here also this happens. But I mean, which path, which route we have taken up in our life. So if the route is wrong and we are being troubled of one or the other thing, we are under stress and then we are beating around the bush, asking people And sorry, but yes, there are no proper guides and advisors available. Yes, it is again another irony that there are lot many advisors on WhatsApp, Instagram, and many different platforms. But how many of them are real and the true and correct guides? That's again a question. So they also ask many people. They also try to seek out the answers, route which they have found, and how they are going to be right. Reaching to
Okay.
the right destination, they have to take up the correct route, correct pathway, and that is of. There
Okay.
are various things, ma'am, I may talk about, but I would take up an example of pain. Pain means like any condition. What is pain? I describe to my students that pain is a state of, when we are not pleased what is happening around us, what has
Right.
happened with us.
Mm.
If
True.
something happens out of our wish, that is pain. And if it is pain or painful to us, then we say, no, life is not good, it is full of stress, it is full of challenges, not many adversities. But those who understand, like our ancestors, who used to say that pain is no pain, no gain. So this is one statement only. This is being given in many workshops, seminars also. Like no pain, no gain. Pain is good in life. Pain teaches lot many things. But see, this is one the overall process. One has to go through the process of pain. First, they just see or feel it that this is painful. This is something has went very wrong. Something has gone very wrong with. Now they feel the hurt, and after feeling that hurt, they reach to the another level where they find out no answer, and then the whole process, and then final destination wherever they reach, it is then the correct answer. But what is happening nowadays? People are looking for some. I mean, they are into the illusion of some ideal life, and that is no there. No utopia is available. Another thing, they are going for immediate gratification. And
Right.
that immediate gratification for everything.
Mm.
And whatever it is there, I mean, it may be relationship, it may be the luxurious things in life, it may be anything which is tempting them in the market. So, yes, so they are going for immediate gratification, and what happens? This is not painful. I desire something and I get it. It's
Mm.
absolutely, there is no pain.
There's no.
But when I don't get it, it is
Mm.
painful. And they don't want to pay. They are not so much, tolerant. They are not so much patient to take that much pain of waiting for things. So, what is it? I mean, what we have just discussed in the last 5 minutes. This is overall process. They have to go through that,
Mm.
and the pathway of morals, values, human values, universal human values, spiritual values. That is the longer one now. That is not the shorter one. And people prefer the shortcuts, the short ways, and the reason they are misguided and they not right. So the overall conditioning has to be changed. The overall thought process of their mind has to be changed, and for which, yes, time is required. They have to give time. Teachers, those who are the mentors of them, they also have to give time.
Well, madam, as just now we have came across very nice thing being explained by madam about pain, that when things are not as per my wish, when what I want I'm not getting it, then it is painful. It gives pain to me. And about the career objectives and career perspective, when the students are in trouble and they were asking, they were having a lots of queries and they want the answer through spirituality, as well been explained by madam, that this thing happens when the students are unaware. They really don't know what they want, and thus they go all around searching, finding out their, sometimes finding out their identity, and even if not getting the right answers. So at that moment only, those people feel that they really need a proper guide. as well been explained, very well explained by madam, that sorry to say, but times speak out that due to lack of proper guidance or not having a proper guide, sometimes even if put a student in such a scenario. Well, madam, as today we are in this platform, can I ask you to give our or give some suggestion to our students globally that how would they can even if become prosperous, happy, and even if would be able to get a good career in their life? In this platform, if madam can help all the students around the globe that what really they should do or they should follow in order to have a happy, prosperous, I have used both the word madam, even if happy and prosperous, because happiness always doesn't bring prosperity, as I say, they need to be happy, prosperous, and along with that of a good career. Any suggestion from you, madam?
Yes, yes, definitely. I like to share some with the young generation students. And as I said previously, also that human beings and men has always been in the pursuit of happiness, well-being, and mindfulness. I repeat again these three words as you have repeated. So it's, I mean, the man has always been in the pursuit of happiness, well-being, and mindfulness. So whatever we do in our life, whether we go for a job, we go for the career approach, we opt for picking up some the career approaches, jobs, switching of the jobs, relocating them, uh, getting into some relationships, anything what we do in our life, that is in pursuit of happiness. So if one understands that whatever we do, the ultimate goal and the objective of our life is happiness, then they are going to easily understand this whole process of universal human value and spiritual and understanding. Yes, there are some suggestions for them that the spirituality, the pathway of spirituality requires the correct order and the approach of self-discipline. So they need to learn self-discipline. They also need to be motivated to get some idea about meditation. I mean, they need to regular basis do some meditation because meditation leads to well-being and the mindfulness of one. Yes, there is one more thing which is required for them to be done, that is doing daily positive affirmation.
Okay.
Because here I would be taking one example of going to the doctors. When some disease takes place, when we feel unwell, we go to the doctor and the doctor manually gives us prescribe us some medicine. And in the morning, in the evening, we take one by one, and then after few days we get well.
Mhm.
The same thing happens here. People say that we are not able to, the procrastination, we are not able to leave our lazy and lethargic approach, we are not able to just, being strengthened in our life. So
Mhm.
affirmations are the best way. If they affirm every day basis, they decide, they write down some affirmations, 8, 10 affirmations, which are written in the positive manner,
Mhm.
and then they recite it morning, evening, and manually and in a very mechanical way, they would be improving. So this will be sort of pill, a medicine, taking in the morning, taking in the evening. So daily affirmation. Then other than that, they have to believe in the concept of forgive, and be grateful.
Okay.
Forget, forgive, and be grateful. We call it doing the forgiveness sadhana also. So in which they can forgive all human beings, all forgive themselves, and then saying sorry for that. They are not supposed to be person individual. They may do it, by having intrapersonal talking themselves. Yes,
Okay.
because this is the thought process.
Mhm.
So everything I call it inner communication and the outer communication. So this inner communication is more important than the external communication. So if we are strong enough in internal communication, the vibration goes around the universe, and yes, that is welcome. Other,
So,
we may say that they need to look inward, as I said, not looking outward and just coming up with more wishes. Yes, they need to learn how to live contented life. That's very important. Not wishing for everything blindly. Then they also don't, they are not required to look up the expectations and perceptions of people around them. They have to leave this idea. Very
mhm.
important. If I had time, I would have explained all these things, but then if this is a positive time, we have to use this. And yes, they need to be very careful about the thoughts, words, and deeds. So this one thought is there, then that comes into the words, and that is the action. So it call in Sanskrit mantra karma vachana. That is careful. No pain, no gain, we have already discussed. And reading the holy books, scriptures like Bible, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and the analysis which has been done by many writers, really acclaimed and recognized writers, authors. They read their books. One is UHV and Barista, whom I call right now. They may go read books. This
Well, madam, there's a saying, or we might have heard, or we all have heard it number of times. Whenever no one is having an answer of a question, you can find out all answers in spiritual books like Bible, as you say, like Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all. Is this saying correct? Or we need to rectify it? Because at times we have heard the people saying, whenever your mind is not giving you any questions or any answers, and you have lots of queries within us, and there is no one to guide you, you can find out all answers in spiritual books, in spirituality. How far this saying is correct, madam?
Now, I would say that not only spiritual books, the scriptures and the mythological narratives, but also many people who are there on platform, who are there on some other platform, who are very eloquent teachers, who are just budding writers and authors. Even they have also done very well. But I would answer yes, there is no required here. All the answers, whether they are related to our personal, professional life, careers, job areas, they all these answers are there. And I don't say this other people say it. I say it by myself. Whenever I had any kind of questions regarding this stress, regarding peace, regarding happiness, and my question, let me share here, my question a few years back was regarding what is happiness and how to achieve, how to get. Happiness is not there in luxury. Happiness is not there in a lot of money. Happiness is not there in position and power, relationship. Then where is happiness lies? And then I found that I started exploring, reading the research papers, writing on this area, reading YouTube videos, and found that
Okay, okay.
where I find all the time. So
So right.
I suggest even that all school children. It's not well, many people have a perception that it's only meant for the good education. Let me rectify this. It is not so. It is meant for all the people. So it's up to us. I mean, how we prioritize. So what we have to prioritize this piece very well, and because our priority shows our maturity, and we should become someone who aspire not to get something, to receive something, but to inspire the whole humanity.
Nice, madam. Nice, very true. That we need to inspire them. Well, madam, it was really nice that you have given some time from your busy schedule. I know that you have lots of things in a lined up manner in the complete day, but still you have given some time to us. and also have nurtured the mind of all the students around the globe. We are very much thankful to you, madam. It was really nice having a short session, short interaction with you. And I hope our this bonding will even if remain further. Well, madam, thank you very much for your time, for your
Thank
complete.
you for giving me the platform to speak up on such a pious theme. It is very close to my heart. Every day basis I explore this. And I'm
Oh,
very much happy and feel very much honored. Again, I say that I am like pleased and delighted to share all what I know with the other beings, young generation, everybody.
so it was really nice that we are thinking of at times lots of questioners are there in our mind about spirituality, about moral values, ethics, and today we have got someone. And certainly after this session, I would really speak about, if I will speak about myself, I find out a relaxation of mind. I find that my mind is relaxed, and many such queries which were there in my mind. And even if I hope that all the students, all the viewers of ours who are listening it, maybe lots of their such queries might have got dissolved. They are able to solve it out. Thank you, madam, once more
Thank
for
you.
such an inspiring session regarding spirituality. And we would love to get connected with you with some more such sessions on spirituality. Thank you, ma'am.